Today we have a very informal video. I've made a lot of lock update how-to type videos, but this will be my most beneficial one and an actual update on what my hair even looks like. I did a complete 360. As it might not look like it right now, it's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. If you don't know by now, I'm growing my sides out. Prior to me doing this, I had a drop fade. A lot of people would call it a high top. It's not a high top. It's not a high top. But being honest, that's partially why I decided to grow my sides out. I didn't like how they started to look. When I got haircuts, it looked like I had a bald fade almost, and it resembled a mohawk. Again, I had a drop fade, pretty much a mohawk, kind of. Or am I just coping? I might just be coping. But at the same time, I started to get tired of how it looked with haircuts, and it just threw me off completely, especially when my hair started getting longer. It was like I have this full top and back of hair, but on the sides it's just empty. Like, what am I doing? One day I decided, you know what, I'ma just do it. But keep in mind, prior I probably could have had my sides to a good length, much more than they are now, if I just decided to grow them out. But during the time I was in school, it was probably senior year or junior year, I didn't want to look chopped. I knew the process was gonna have me looking crazy, so I just never did it. Stuck with the drop fade, and that's about at least a year or two worth of growth I could have had if I just didn't care about how other people thought about me. But I'm here to save you from that and potentially get you more length that you're going to appreciate further down the line. But let's talk about where it all started. I've been growing my hair out for, I'd say, 4 years now. It may be 4.5, soon going on 5. I lost count, I'm gonna be real, but it's for sure been more than 3 years. And I've had locks pretty much my entire life. If y'all don't know, in 8th grade, I cut my locks off. I had basically freeforms. It was kind of terrible, I'm not gonna lie. My maintenance back then when my hair was bad, barely was getting retwists. Again, you can damn near call them freeforms. They got to a certain point where it was like, okay, what am I doing with my hair? Because I literally had just an afro and it was just locks coming down on the side. Around this time, I was going into middle school, but it was with another high school connected. So I'm like, I can't go on this looking bad, but I gotta look at least presentable. So 8th grade, I cut off my hair completely down to wavelength. That lasted for about a month or so. Then I got tired of it and I'm like, okay, bro, this shit, it's cool, but it's not really me. Having to wear do-rags, brushing the hair, it's not me. After about a month or two of having, you know, the waves, I started to grow my hair back out. And as time went on, you know, the process is slowly started to grow. Now, this is where I low-key could have had a full head of hair, bro, but I don't know why I decided to cut my sides off. I don't know why. It haunts me to this day. Ended up doing that, and that's how the drop fade all started, by hopping into specific dates. My first haircut not cutting off my sides and allowing them to grow was October 21st, 2024. And at this time, I literally had nothing on my sides or back. And around this time, the only styles I'd get was 2-strand twists, and I'd get my hair braided. My grandma knew way of braiding my locks. I don't know how she did it, go to this day. 2 strands and braids. And for a long period of time, I just rocked that hairstyle, or I just get lineups. I rarely was getting full haircuts when I started to grow my hair out, simply because I wanted to allow everything to grow naturally. I didn't want to mess it up, end up cutting my hair off again on accident, and I was fucking up the growth process. So I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna really get haircuts. It's gonna be a rough patch. I'm finna graduate anyway. Nobody gonna know. So ended up doing that. But as my hair started to get longer, it slowly started to look like, I don't know. It started to look like, I don't know. And this is where I knew it was time to start braiding my sides. Again, I don't know how my grandma was doing it. As y'all seen previously, when I first started going on my sides and back, I couldn't braid it, really twist it or anything, because it wasn't at a long enough length. There was nothing to twist. But once it got to a certain length, you started to notice the smaller dreads started to peek out. My grandma was able to braid my sides, so it was as if nothing was there, because the locks I already had would just cover them up. So that was a good add-on of not showing that they were visible or they were there. People didn't know that I was going on my sides. It was a win-win situation. So it was a low-key grind process, but it was cool with me because that was the whole reason why I never started in the first place. I didn't want people to notice I was gonna be looking crazy. As you can see in the picture, mini dreads, it's like mini lizards just sticking out my head. It wasn't for me. So luckily my grandma was able to do that. And as they started to get a little bit more longer towards the end of the year, my grandma was able to twist my miniature dreads up into braids, but also twist my main hair up into braids and combine it all together. So it was like, it was a hairstyle all in one. So you really didn't know I was growing on my sides, but it looked good though. I should have said this in the beginning, but another reason why I wanted to grow my hair out was because I fuck with braids and like cornrows for some reason. And it's still a part of me sometimes that want to cut off my hair because I love like the natural afro look, being able to get braids, not really having a taper, simple things like that I like. topic, but I don't think I'd ever cut my hair off, because is that the only reason why I'm cutting my shit off, to get an afro and some braids? It's cool, but I can still get braids with my locks. So once it got to a good enough length, it was like, okay, cool, I can get barrel tools, I can get braids, and it ain't so bad. And as time went on, I kind of just rinsed and repeated that process. Like, I was literally spamming braids, and I don't know if it's true or not, but if you put your hair in styles, it helps your hair go faster. I don't know if that's true, but I believed and ran with it. It's like a myth to me at this point. I'm spamming braids. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember the last time I got 2-strand twists, or like the braids that my grandma did. I don't get those too much anymore. I rock with the braids because I've gotten to a certain point where my hair is literally long as hell, so it's covering my face if I wear it down 24/7. In the beginning stages, you think, I can't wait till my shit get long, but bro, it's pros and cons to this shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I dead ass be wanting to cut this shit off just because how annoying it can get. When the braids inside of my face and it still looks good, you can't beat that, twin. It's pros and cons always. But at this point, my sides and back is at a good enough length. This video is January 17th. When my shit got your hang tight, I ain't gonna lie, you got your length for the lolo, got your length for the lolo. It's March 23rd now, so it's been about 2 months, I'd say. And this is what I'm at now. Given then, it's been a process for sure. And sometimes, even now, bro, I low-key be wanting to cut this shit off, because whenever, again, I don't have a style in, it's much worse now. In that first pic, when I was sitting down at the gym, it wasn't as bad as it is now. They got longer, so they're more visible. I can see them now, right here. Like, it's much more visible and easy to see, but it kind of blends in now. So it's not too bad, but they are more visible given the fact that they are longer. When I don't got the braids in or a style, it's not the most fun. I'm gonna be honest, it's not the most fun. When I try to rock ponytails or put my hair up, it's crazy visible. Like, you know, like, okay, what is this nigga doing? That's why sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I be cool with it though, because I like that natural, like, essence. Give me that Basquiat vibe. I fuck with that heavy. That's pretty much my journey as of now. Some tips that I would give y'all, bro, if you want to grow out your side or don't know how to start your locks, this is very important, bro. Choose how you want your cut to be. If you want a flat top, you want to drop fade, full head, decide that shit at the beginning. I always preach that, bro. Like, it's pinnacle, because if you, for instance, start off with a flat top, it's like, bro, you trying to grow your shit out, that shit gonna look rough. You got a drop fade, maybe it won't be as bad because you still got the back. But if you started off with a full head, it's like, cool, if I want to get a drop fade or I want to get a flat top, I can just cut the sides and the back off. Either way, it's going to be a process, bro. So choose your haircut wisely. Personally, yes, I wish I did start off with a full head. It would have made the process easier for me. I wouldn't have to do all this, but growing journey, it's like I'm kind of starting over. I'm not, because I still got these, so am I technically a little bit. Pick your haircut wisely and trust the process. I say that to everybody all the time. The most important thing you can do is just trust the process. You got to go through those ugly stages, bro. It's nearly impossible to skip that stage. You have to go through that ugly process, bro. Especially if you have a low cut, don't have that much hair to twist, it's gonna be a rough patch, gang, but it's gonna be worth it for sure if you're down to wait. The styles you can do, rock it down, rock it up, rock it to the side, ponytail, whatever it is, you're going to be able to do that. It's a long-term investment. Once you get into it, you'll love it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest, when it comes to the whole process of locks, growing an undercut. Spam styles. If you don't want them to stick out, spam the braids, spam the styles. Hopefully you can find a loctician that can do it. If not, yo, come to the O, hit on my grandma. She got you. You got Loki pay the fee, though. I ain't gonna lie. She been doing my hair for a minute for free. Shout out Grams. Y'all gotta pay her. I'm not gonna lie. For the most part, though, this is pretty much my journey. It's been a long one, but I'm happy I'm doing it now and not prolonging it anymore. If you all have any questions, let me know and I'll reply down below in the comments. If y'all want any more tips or advice on that part, again, let me know. I love y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this. This was a quick video. I just got done streaming. Great stream. Getting back in that habit. So if you want to pop out to the streams as well, tune into that. I was low-key overthinking this video crazy. How am I gonna record it? How am I gonna edit it? Yeah, I be thinking too much sometimes, but this shit is second nature, man. Vnster, I'm gonna keep going for y'all. Y'all boys keep going for me. Trust the process, man. Peace.
Why do you keep saying that?